Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Thursday, wherever you are. Thank you, and welcome. I hope you're having yourself a beautiful day. I hope your week has been great and continues to be great and definitely ends well. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I am glad you're here and welcome. Thank you, wherever you are. Yes, indeed. And today we are reading a very, very beautiful book indeed, The Gardener, and this one is by Sarah Stewart and pictures by David Small. Good morning to you and welcome. Please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And also just a reminder too, in case we forget, that this month, March, is Women's History Month. So please let us take time to remind ourselves of the great achievements that our women are doing out there, that have done in the past and are continuing to do today despite all the difficulties faced. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And also March is Nutrition Month. So please do join in. Great books that we have for you this week, all talking about gardening and nutrition. And then, of course, we will be bringing in books later on that will be tackling women's history. So thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad you're here. Please play your part in making this world a better place, not just for you, but for everybody around you. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Let us see who else is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a beautiful story together. Good morning to you, Lydia Yamaguchi. How are you doing all the way out in Long Beach, California? Good morning to you. How are you doing? And of course, this book that we're reading, I know is special to you, Lydia, The Gardener. It is a book from your childhood, and so I hope you enjoy it today on Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you, Joy Yamaguchi, and of course, Allison as well. And Kuma, how are you doing? Thank you for joining in today. And Terry McLeod, how are you doing? And Abraham out in San Leandro, right here. Thank you for joining in. Abraham, good morning to you. How are you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining in. And Amanda West, how are you doing? Good morning to you, Sarah and Nathan out in Illinois. Good to see you here on Story Time. Thank you for joining in. And you're saying it is sunny out in Illinois today, in your part of Illinois. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you, Sarah and Nathan. How are you doing? All right, Apana, how are you doing today? Oh, the way out in India, and you say it is midnight out in India. Well, Apana, I hope we don't rile you up too much. Hopefully you are still able to have a good night's sleep after this. Thank you for joining us, for sharing in with us, and I hope that Story Time today is your midnight snack. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it that you're here. Yes, indeed, Story Time bringing the world together, bringing our community together. I love what we have right here. Thank you so much for joining in. And from India, we fly back to San Francisco. Good morning to you, Marianne and Rosemary and Shireen. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Love seeing your names here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Awesome. Thank you for joining in. Good morning to you, Betty Graydon, all the way out in Florida. Yes, indeed. Oh, I am hopping all over the place here. Back in Florida. Thank you so much for joining us, Betty. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Also in Long Beach, how are you doing today? LBC in the house. Chriselle Rocco and Grandpa June, how are you doing today? Clay, I have not forgotten you, buddy. How are you doing today? Rocco, great to see you here with us today. And Chriselle, I think this one is perfect for Auntie Camille today, right? Awesome. The gardener right here on Storytime. And good morning to you, Tori Gamble, how are you doing today? And you're joining in from Bothell, Washington, and you're joining in with Liana. Well, Liana, welcome to Storytime. Thank you for joining in. I do not remember that name. So, Liana, if this is your first time on Storytime Live, well, welcome and a big, big hug for you. Good morning to you, joining us from Bothell, Washington. Thank you so much for joining in. Tori and Liana, thank you for joining in. Oh, goodness, love it. Who else is with us today? Oh, the Cubs. The Cubs are roaring in. They're coming in. They're here. Esparto Elementary and Kate Stoddard. How are you doing today? The 4th and 5th graders at Esparto. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Amanda, how are you doing today? And you say, Baby Beer is back. Yes, Baby Beer is back indeed. How are you doing today? Also joining in from Seattle. And you say, super excited about this book since we're prepping our garden this month. Well, awesome. It'll be great. I hope you get inspired. I hope Lydia in this book inspires you today. Thank you so much for joining in and for sharing that with us. Baby Bia, thank you for being here, and good morning to you, Amanda, as well. Thank you. Olive Oil, right here in Oakland. Good to see you here, sweetheart. And Katie, how are you doing? Long time no see, Olive. Thank you for joining in, sweetheart. I'll see you in class in a bit. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it. And good morning to you, Pamela Courtney, all the way out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And you say, yes, good afternoon to you where you are. And you say, we started our reading challenge. We hope you're well. I am great. Thank you for asking. Wonderful weather here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Well, good to know. You've had some rough weather, and I am glad that it is finally giving you some good one. Yes, so absolutely enjoy it. Braylon, Kavaya, and Chad, how are you doing today out in Natchitoches, Louisiana? Good to see you here. Good to see you on Storytime, and I am happy for you about the beautiful weather. Thank you for joining in. Oh, and a big welcome, probably at this point, the latest member of the Storytime community, Felix, baby Felix, all the way out here in Oakland. Thank you for joining in. Welcome to the world, young man. Welcome to the world. Love it, love it. Love you so much. Thank you for joining in. And good morning to you, Victor and Sita as well, the new parents on the block. Thank you for joining in. Absolutely love it. Good morning to you. Yes, indeed, Lydia, shouting with you right there. Thank you. Felix in the house. Good morning to you, Mabel, out in Somerville, Massachusetts. Well, I am glad you're here. Good morning to you and welcome to Storytime. Ellen Edwards in Chicago, good morning to you. And of course, Gia Wolf as well, and Cassius in Brooklyn. How are you doing today? And you're saying it is sunny where you are. Well, I am glad. Thank you so much for bringing that sunshine to Storytime. Good morning to you, Alan Edwards in Chicago. Thank you for joining in. I am glad you're here. Thank you for joining in. And I agree with you, Chriselle. Indeed, Camille is the gardening master for sure. Good morning to you. Oh, Kate, thank you so much for joining in and for bringing in the roaring cubs this morning. Thank you. Maria Antonia joining us. How are you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you for joining in. All right. We're ready for the story? Yes, we are. And I hope you're comfortable where you are. I hope you're ready. I hope you have brought your friends. You have brought your cozies. You have brought your stuffed animals, everything that you need for the gardener, because we are starting right now. And before we get started really quickly too, I see you, Adama. How are you doing today? And of course, Huaya, how are you today? I hope I'm getting that name correct. Please let me know. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Let us get started with our story for today. And this one is The Gardener. Yes, indeed, The Gardener. It is written by Sarah Stewart and pictures by David Small. And we're reading this one with permission of Scholastic Inc. And it was published in conjunction with Farrar, Straus, Giroux Publishing. So here we go. The Gardener. Ready. And Lydia might help explain what that part was. I can't read Japanese, so I'll leave it to Lydia to explain. The Gardener. All right. By Sarah Stewart and David Small. Here we go. August 27, 1935. Dear Uncle Jim, Grandma told us after supper that you want me to come to the city and live with you until things get better. Did she tell you that Papa has been out of work for a long time and no one asked Mama to make dresses anymore? We all cried, even Papa. But then Mama made us laugh with her stories about you chasing her up the trees when you were both little. Did you really do that? I am small but strong. I will help you all I can. However, Grandma said to finish my schoolwork before doing anything else. Your niece, Lydia Grace Finch. September 3, 1935. Dear Uncle Jim, I am mailing this from the train station. I forgot to tell you in the last letter three important things that I am too shy to say to your face. Number one, I know a lot about gardening, but nothing about baking. I am anxious to learn to bake, but is there any place to plant seeds? Number three, I like to be called Lydia Grace, just like Grandma, your niece, Lydia Grace Finch. On the train, September 4, 1935. Dear Mama, I feel so pretty in your dress that you made over for me. I hope you don't miss me too much. I hope you don't miss it too much. Dear Papa, I haven't forgotten what you said about recognizing Uncle Jim. Just look for Mama's face with a big nose and a mustache. I promise not to tell him. Does he have a sense of humor? And dearest Grandma, thank you for the seeds. The train is rocking me to sleep. And every time I doze off, I dream of gardens. Love to all, Lydia Grace. Oh, Lydia has arrived in the big city. Watch the pictures from this point. September 5, 1935. Dear Mama, Papa, and Grandma, I am so excited. There are window boxes here. They look as if they've been waiting for me. So now we will both wait for spring. And Grandma, the sun shines down on the corner where I live and work. Love to all, Lydia Grace. P.S. Uncle Jim doesn't smile. December 25, 1935. Dear Mama, Papa, and Grandma, I adore the seed catalogs you sent for Christmas. And Grandma, thank you for all the bulbs. I hope you received my drawings. I wrote a long poem for Uncle Jim. He didn't smile, but I think he liked it. He read it aloud, then put it in his shirt pocket and patted it. Love to all, Lydia Grace. Come on, Uncle Jim, we want you to smile. February 12, 1936. Dearest Grandma, thank you again for those bulbs you sent at Christmas. You should see them now. I really like Ed and Emma Beach, Uncle Jim's friends who work here. When I first arrived, Emma told me she would show me how to knead bread if I would teach her the Latin names of all the flowers I know. Now, just half a year later, I am kneading bread and she is speaking Latin. More good news. We have a store cat named Artis, who at this very moment is sleeping at the foot of my bed. Love to all, Lydia Grace. P.S. Uncle Jim isn't smiling yet, but I am hoping for a smile soon. Keep working on Uncle Jim. March 5, 1936. Dear Mama, Papa, and Grandma, I discovered a secret place. You can't imagine how wonderful it is. No one else knows about it but artists. I have great plans. Thank you for all the letters. I will try to write more, but I am really busy planting all your seeds in cracked teacups and bent cake pans. And Grandma, you should smell the good dirt I am bringing home from the vacant lot down the street. Love to all, Lydia Grace. Oh, what is Lydia going to do with that place? April 27, 1936. Dearest Grandma, all the seeds and roots are sprouting. I can hear you saying, April showers bring Mayflowers. Emma and I are sprucing up the bakery, and I am playing a great trick on Uncle Jim. He sees me reading my mail, planting seeds in the window boxes, going to school and doing my homework, sweeping the floor, but he never sees me working in my secret place. Love to all, Lydia Grace. And P.S., I am planning on a big smile from Uncle Jim in the near future. May 27, 1936. Dear Mama, Papa, and Grandma, you should have heard Emma laugh today when I opened your letter and dirt fell out onto the sidewalk. Thank you for all the baby plants. They survived the trip in that big envelope. More about Emma. She's helping me with the secret place. Hurrah! Love to all, Lydia Grace. P.S. I saw Uncle Jim almost smile today. The store was full, well, almost full of customers. June 27, 1936. Dear Grandma, flowers are blooming all over the place. I am also growing radishes, onions, and 3 kinds of lettuce in the window boxes. Some neighbors have brought containers for me to fill with flowers, and a few customers even gave me plants from their gardens this spring. They don't call me Lydia Grace anymore. They call me the gardener. Love to all, Lydia Grace. P.S. I am sure Uncle Jim will smile soon. I am almost ready to show him the secret place. What do you think? Will Uncle Jim smile? July 4, 1936. Dearest Mama, Papa, and Grandma, I am bursting with happiness. The entire city seems so beautiful, especially this morning. The secret place is ready for Uncle Jim. At noon, the store will close for the holiday, and then we will bring him up to the roof. I have tried to remember everything you've taught me about beauty. Love to all, Lydia Grace. P.S. I can already imagine Uncle Jim's smile. Oh, wow. How pretty is that? Good job, Lydia. July 11, 1936. Dear Mama, Papa, and Grandma, my heart is pounding so hard I am sure the customers can hear it downstairs. At lunch today, Uncle Jim put the closed sign on the door and told Ed and Emma and me to go upstairs and wait. He appeared with the most amazing cake I've ever seen, covered in flowers. I truly believe that cake equals 1,000 smile. I truly believe that cake equals 1,000 smiles. And then he took your letter out of his pocket with the news of Papa's job. I am coming home. Love to all and see you soon, Lydia Grace. P.S. Grandma, I've given all my plants to Emma. I can't wait to help you in your garden again. We gardeners never retire. The end. Lydia is going back home. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful story. That is The Gardener, and it is written by Sarah Stewart and illustrations by David Small. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, indeed. Color adds everything to this world. It is the harmony of the colors that definitely makes it beautiful. Thank you so much for joining in. And as you can see there, Lydia brought all that joy to everybody in the city. So please play your part. Remember that what you do, there's nothing too small that you can do. You can always do something that will make somebody smile, somebody happy, and indeed make your place beautiful. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And of course, if you're interested in this book, please do check it out at your local library. Ask them to have it, to stock it if they don't have it. And of course, you can always go back in the link below on Storytime and see where you can find it. Unfortunately, this one is a live-only reading, so we'll enjoy it for a little bit and then it'll be gone. But please do remember, use your libraries to get those books. If you like the books that we're reading on Storytime, find them at your local library. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am glad you are here. Thank you to everybody that joined in. Apana, all the way out in India. People joining in all over the world. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it. Let us see who else was with us. Oh, I love this, Olive. Thank you so much for sharing that. Absolutely love it. I think that sums up our story for today. Great book indeed. Thank you, Olive, for sharing that. And I see you, Maria Antonia, as well, with your own take on that. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, we are happy indeed. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely love it. Good morning to you one more time. Thank you, Victor. How are you doing today? And Felix, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. And you say, time for us to go nap. Well, thank you. Enjoy your nap. Thank you. And good morning to you, Sita, as well. Thank you for joining in. Good morning to you, Martha, Ashley Mlenga, and Lusungu. It has been a minute indeed. I am glad you're here. Good to see you back. Thank you for joining us all the way out in Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you for joining in. Oh, loved it. Maria Antonia, thank you. Love you too. Thank you so much. And Olive, you say you enjoyed it 100%. Well, I am glad you did. Thank you for joining in The Gardener today. I hope you enjoyed it wherever you were. But remember that we're back again tomorrow with more exciting stories. And we'll be back tomorrow with I will never, not ever eat a tomato. So join us for that one. Will you eat your tomato? What is that food that you will not eat? Thank you so much. Do join in tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy it. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed the lineup that we've had for you this week. One more to go, and of course, many, many more to come. Just received a whole new consignment of books I am excited about to share with everybody. So do look out for what's coming right here on Storytime. Thank you to everybody that joined in. I wish you the very best. A beautiful, beautiful day wherever you are, wherever you're joining us from in the world. Remember, please play your part. Every little thing counts. Play your part. Make your place beautiful. Make your place the best that it can be. Much love from me. And I will see you again tomorrow when we are back with another exciting story. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
You only lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just live right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't be lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't be lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.